Welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and this week we have Stephen Middle School with us, and we're really excited. They've got a really lot of good stuff going on, and they have several things, a couple teachers and stuff coming to talk to us today. So next to me, I have the principal and the assistant principal with me today. So this is Miss Beverly. It's Ashmore, but it's really congratulations because it was Kennemer.
Correct.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long have you been married?
3 weeks.
Whoa, you're really a newlywed.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. That's exciting. All right, and then you're Heather McBurnett, Miss McBurnett, right?
Burnett.
Burnett.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Miss Burnett. All right, and so, ladies, tell me, you can start. Tell us, where you came from, your background, school. What do you teach, stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I've been in education for about 21 years.
Okay.
I started out substituting in everything.
Really?
From the lunchroom to driving a bus to the classroom. Decided to go back and get my teaching degree. So in 2000 I did that and became an aide in the county and worked with a Right to Read program and computer teaching. Did that for 4 years and achieved my bachelor's degree in elementary education. So I began first teaching at Stevenson Elementary School.
Okay.
Taught second grade and kindergarten there for 5 years. Moved to Flat Rock, where I taught 5th grade, 1st grade, and was an instructional coach. And left Flat Rock to go to Section High School to become their assistant principal, where I was there for 4 years.
So you went from elementary to high school.
Absolutely.
Was that a shock?
No, not really, because my entire substituting years and my position as an aide
Okay.
was at the high school there at Pisgah. So no, it wasn't that big of a shock. But then I left Section High School to come to Stevenson Middle School as principal, and I did that back last May. So I ended last school year there and then have begun this school year.
So basically this school year and just during the summer.
Correct.
Well, congratulations. Thank
you.
Which one do you like better? Like teaching, admin?
There's the greatness to it all.
Is there?
Yes, you miss the babies.
I know. I would think, especially in the elementary school.
The middle school being 5 through 8. Our 5th graders are not babies anymore.
Well, that's true.
But I enjoy it all.
Do you?
I do.
That's good. And is your teaching certificate in elementary, or is it in a particular course in middle or high?
No, my bachelor's degree is in elementary, which is K-6, and reading P-12.
Okay.
So my master's degree is in leadership administration. So that's.
You got a lot going.
I do.
Yeah. So, well, good. All right. And Miss Burnett. So tell me about.
I'm originally from Stevenson.
Okay.
I went to Stevenson Middle School myself.
Graduated.
Oh, you
did?
Yes, I did. I was in 6th grade the year that they consolidated schools and formed North Jackson. So I was in 6th grade my first year when Stevenson Middle School.
Do you think the kids find that kind of extra cool?
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
would think that would probably be an extra
Yes.
cool.
Yes, so I graduated from North Jackson and went to UTC. I was there for 4 years and got my degree in to teach history and special education. Then I taught for 2 years in Jasper, Tennessee, and then luckily got the opportunity to come back home to Stevenson Middle School, and I taught special ed for 11 years before I became administrator there.
Wow, so you've done a lot too.
Yes.
All right. Do you have a favorite?
Math, if I had to.
Math.
I mean, with special education, you touch all subjects, but I particularly, I like math the best.
I mean,
personally.
like you said, Miss Ashmore, I'm sure it's all fun, but there's times I think about, okay, if I go into admin, then I don't get to be in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's times when I've had one of those days where you're ready to get out of the classroom, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for admin. And then the next day you get a note from a sweetheart who says, thanks for everything, and you're like, okay, I want to say. So, I've done it for 16 years, and I'm still like, so I'm still
I kind of get the best of both worlds because I still get to teach 2 elective classes. So,
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What do you teach?
Health services.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we go into all the health fields, the careers that are available to students. The students get CPR
In middle
training.
school you do this? Really? It's
Yes.
almost like, because the high school, does the high school do that too? Now, we have high school here. We have, and where they teach too, they teach the nursing program, and then they teach the one that teaches all about the business end of it. But we don't do that in the middle school, so that's pretty cool. So.
But as the admin, we can go back into those classrooms and we still get those hugs down the hall and the high five coming in, and
That is cool.
We get to experience both sides of that.
That is good, because I don't know that I'd want to miss one or the other. It's probably kind of hard.
Absolutely.
All right, so Ms. Ashmore, let's talk about, you have an advocacy program. So tell us about it.
We do, and we're very proud of our advocacy program.
So tell us what it is for those that might not know.
It's so that every child in our school has someone besides the teachers that they are with every day
Okay.
who know them,
Okay.
who they feel they can go to if they have a problem, who, if they need something, they can go to.
So is it kind of like a home room?
No, ma'am, they only meet twice a month,
Okay.
but those twice a month periods are for 30 minutes at a time, and it is sheer socialization.
How many kids are in each group?
About 18,
Okay.
17, 18. Because we divide our school of 300 students with our faculty members that are there.
Okay.
And we do fun things. We do games. We do community learning. For instance, November was about community and being thankful. Our advocacy groups all made cards for the nursing home, Cumberland's nursing home,
That's sweet.
and brought in toiletries and such. And at the end of the month, they got to deliver those.
That's cool.
A select group of students got to deliver those and experience that. We also have a student of our own who had gone through a major illness, been out of school the majority of the first of the school year. We did a Dimes for Harley thing, and we raised over $750, and our kids got to see us give that back to our own.
That's cool.
So it's a blessing to see how such little effort from our kids makes such a big difference for
So
other
how
people.
does the advocacy program work? You said they're not with their normal teachers. So are they with like all the groups grades together, or are they by grade, or how do they break it up?
They're assigned, the fifth graders are assigned to an eighth grade teacher.
Oh wow, like totally different.
Totally different.
Okay.
So that and it's vice versa.
Okay.
So these kids are with a teacher that they get to know just on a fun basis. It's not so much an academic thing.
That's cool. That sounds fun.
It is, and the kids they enjoy it. They look forward to it.
Well, I'm a connections teacher, so I teach like an elective, I guess. But so I'm lucky. I know almost all the kids because they all come. But 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers, they really don't know them, and unless they've had them, they don't know who they are. They don't know. So I feel lucky that way. So I can see where that would be a positive.
But we have a small community. I mean, they know everybody. The teachers know all the kids know all the teachers, but it's on a different level. It's on a friendship level, not just I know who you are because I know who your parents are.
Right.
I know you because I have you.
No, that's true too. Plus, they're playing games, and it's not school.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's no grades attached to it.
Absolutely.
So it's just fun.
It is.
That's cool.
It is.
All right, backpack buddies.
Backpack buddies are, I think a lot of schools now have these because we have multiple children that go home on the weekend and there's not a lot of food there.
Oh yeah, we have this. This is where you feed the kids on a Friday.
Absolutely. We send home non-perishable food on the weekend, and these kids are selected or their names are nominated by their teacher, by a community member. We want to make sure all of our kids are fed.
So is there a particular program at your school that does that? Like I do FBLA, is there a group that volunteers to do that, or is it just the admin that works on that?
Our counselor and our librarian are both very involved in that,
Okay.
making sure those bags are packed. And then we have people in the community that donate to a club that makes sure we have the food there.
Well, that's cool. Do you have a place to store it?
We do.
And you just store it and then you pass them out?
We do.
That's cool. How many do you serve that way?
About 20. Of course, by the time they get to us, some of them are at an age where they are a little embarrassed to take it home, so we have to be real discreet with that.
Yeah.
We also have parents' permission before we send it home.
Yeah. But I know for some kids, that's all. That's mostly what they'll get for the weekend.
It
is
is.
whatever's in there.
And
So
it's a
big
need.
deal.
It is.
It really is. That really is a big deal. All right, and then you guys have a scholarship that you did you just have it? It's Betty Gauntz. Is that how you say it?
It is. Betty Gauntz was our librarian for over 20 years.
Okay, long time.
Over 20 years, yes. And Miss Gauntz got very ill last year, and she missed a lot of school toward the end of the year. She actually passed away last May.
Oh.
And with that, our faculty had always had a scholarship that the faculty members put together and made and gave away to a North Jackson graduate
From
that
your
had
school,
come from
right.
Stevenson, correct. And when Miss Gauntz passed away, they asked that there be no flowers, that money be put in lieu of the scholarship fund. And so there developed the Betty Gauntz Scholarship Fund.
Oh,
So
that's such a touching
it's
thing.
near and dear to the hearts of those at the middle school, and we make sure it comes back home to one of our kids.
That's very cool. And I'm sure most of the kids that are at that, getting it have had her, I mean, I guess there's a few that might have been transferred in, but have probably had
Up to
her.
this point,
Yes.
they've
That's
all had
pretty
her.
cool.
Yes.
That is cool.
Yes.
So we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back and finish talking.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
To change your look, you'll find the friendly professionals at A Classy Cut Salon ready to care for you. A Classy Cut Salon is in the Grove Shopping Center next to the Dollar General. We serve men and women of all ages at A Classy Cut Salon. Call 657-5607. That's 657-5607 for an appointment, or just walk right in for your next classy cut from A Classy Cut Salon in the Grove Shopping Center, Highway 11 North in Trenton.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
A small bank with big service. Citizens Bank and Trust, offering a wide range of services, including online banking. Pay your bills, manage your account anytime, 24 hours a day. Your account balance is only a phone call away as well at 657-1234. Or visit our convenient locations. Lookout Mountain, Georgia, Higdon, Alabama, on our main branch on Highway 11 in Trenton. Citizens Bank and Trust, 657-5678. A community bank that believes in the community. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
WFLI presents a Tennessee Valley Christmas with Grammy-nominated Back Home.
But I know the angels sing.
Robbie Hopkins.
Lord have mercy, she's countryer than me.
And other special guests. Mark your calendars for Tuesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. at the Colonnade in Ringgold. WFLI presents a Tennessee Valley Christmas. It's a special night to benefit the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. A Tennessee Valley Christmas with Grammy-nominated Back Home.
Yeah, God has shown that they love me in Birmingham.
Robbie Hopkins.
You think he loves you, but he doesn't love you.
And other special guests. Keep listening to 1070 WFLI for your chance to win tickets. A Tennessee Valley Christmas, Tuesday night, December 12th, 7 p.m. at the Colonnade in Ringgold. A special night to benefit the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. Presented by 1070 WFLI.
All right, welcome back to this week's in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and we are talking to Stevens Middle School from in Alabama, and we are having a good time. We're lots of good stuff going on here. If you've just now joining us, I have Miss Ashmore, which used to be Miss Kennemore. She just recently got married, and Miss Burnett, and the principal and the assistant principal, and we've been talking about their advocacy program. If you say that fast, that will not work very well, I don't think. Backpack Buddies, great program, and scholarship from their librarian that was there for 20 years or more, Miss Betty Gauntz scholarship. All right, and that's where we kind of stopped for the little bit. So we're also going to talk about AP classes and some change. You have AP classes at middle school?
We do not have them at Stevenson, but they are going to be at North Jackson. So this summer, our teachers will be going through that training to prepare our students to be ready for those AP classes once they enter at North Jackson.
So are they going to be trained in what the AP test is like, or what to expect in the actual test?
What we're going to be trained on is making sure all of the objectives that we touch on are those objectives all those that we teach are the
Right.
ones that are being touched on.
So it's
in the-
curriculum, basically. training.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
Absolutely.
because I know sometimes how you take the test makes a difference too.
Yes.
Especially like on the state mandated tests, it's sometimes just about how you take the test, even if you know the answers. Sometimes it's about how it's
Right.
laid out. So,
But the AP is a class. It's an entire class on the computer, not just a test.
right.
So having that knowledge, because those classes are a little tougher to take than
Yeah.
just a normal classroom with
They're
a teacher
actually
there.
called advanced placement.
They are.
Okay, and so really what it does is it gives them college credit, if I am right, toward,
No, that would be dual enrollment.
okay,
AP classes are they give them more points toward their GPA,
okay. All right,
is my understanding.
okay. All right, well, that's good. How many, do you training all your teachers or just some?
We will be training our 8th grade teachers for sure, and possibly the 7th grade to help continue backing that up.
Make sure that they know. too.
Right. Get them started as early as
All
possible.
probably the grade levels would be helpful on how it's laid out.
Yes, but
I
right
would
now I
assume.
think we're going to start with the 8th and eventually move in.
Are you doing that during the summer?
We are.
Okay, well, good. All right, and Panther Pierce?
Panther Peers are an elite group of our 8th graders that they're chosen on many different aspects. They're
Okay.
chosen on their character, they're chosen on sportsmanship, they're chosen by grades, they're chosen by an essay that they write. So there's multiple things that they have to do to become a Panther Peer. It's truly the elite group of 8th graders.
So what do they do?
Well, they do lots of different things. They run our school store in the mornings. They
Oh, wow.
run break time in the afternoon.
What is break time?
Well, we have a small break. It's about 10 minutes, but they get to help with that.
Okay.
They will tour our 4th graders. They will lead them through for a tour when they come over to see
Yeah.
about us at the end of the year, to see
Okay.
what they're coming up with on the next year. And they also do some morning. They do our morning announcements and our pledge every morning. And I'm forgetting something. Peer tutoring. They do peer tutoring for our younger grade
Really?
levels.
Wow.
And the
So-
students really love that. The younger
They
students
do.
love having the older ones there to help
Do
them.
they?
Yes.
For English, history, all of it?
All
Every
of it.
subject.
How many kids are there?
There's 10 of them.
10 of them. So they're probably pretty busy. I'm guessing they have to be like star students. I mean, besides what you said, but like really good grades because they have to be pulled out and miss some class at times.
Absolutely.
So they got to be those ones that are on the top.
Right. And they want to do this. So, I mean, if they're going to sit down and write an essay, it's because they want to be a part of this.
Right.
We don't make anyone, and we don't ask anybody to do it that doesn't want to. They want to do this.
Do any of them get to go in and help teachers? Like, do you,
Like
do you
an
have,
aide?
Yeah.
If teacher needs one, that's who they'll call.
Really?
They'll call
Okay.
for yes. And if we have something that we need, I need you to pass these papers out at break time or whatever, we can get one of them, and we're assured that it's done.
That's cool. Does the whole school have a break time
They do.
at the same time? Do they get to take a snack?
10 minutes at the end of the day.
Oh, that's really cool.
2:30 to 2:40.
And one thing the Panther Peers do is they run the store that sells
snack store.
the snacks.
So they all leave to go to the store?
Yes.
Wow, that's really cool. Who gets the funds? Is it like a fundraiser for you, for the school, or does it go to a particular thing?
It's just general school.
Just general school? That's really cool. I'm a business teacher, and I've always wanted a school store. And it's just because I can do so much with the business aspect.
Right.
But I've never been in a school that's had one, but that's really cool. All right, so Ms. Burnett, you're going to talk about a Panther Walk. So tell us about what a Panther Walk is.
We started this 2 years ago, and our first year we raised $17,000.
Woo! That's a lot of money.
It is.
I
Basically,
thought you were going to say 1,700.
no, it exceeded all of our expectations. We started in January, and it goes approximately till the end of February, maybe
Okay.
the first week of March. And each student has a goal of $50. We don't sell anything, but we're just asking our community to support us
So
by
just
sending in
donations.
donations. Yes. And once the student meets, say the first week we're doing it, if the student meets their $50 donation, then there's something fun that Friday for them to do. And so each Friday after that. So there's an incentive for the students to get out and ask. You can sponsor, like businesses in our area can buy a sponsorship. You can be a gold sponsor for $200 or $500, a silver sponsor for $250, or a bronze sponsor for $100. And we have signs that are out throughout our school that we want to recognize our sponsors in our community. The one thing that we're proud of, though, is of that $17,000, half of it the first year went for technology. So we were able to put Promethean boards in teachers' classrooms, replace projectors that were out of date, iPads. We purchased 2 laptop carts, and then our storage that for our technology we already had. So our students have really, and I think our community sees the benefits from that. So the second year we raised $15,000. So we are continuing. This is a great fundraiser. Our community
So
really
what do they
supports
do?
us.
I mean, what do they really?
At the very end, we have a day, and it's a whole day of fun activities. And
Okay.
parents can come. A lot of them come and help work it. Like we have some that run a snow cone booth. We have a Dunkin' booth where teachers get in.
It's
and
almost
just,
like a fair,
it is.
carnival at the
Yes,
end.
yes. It's just a big celebration for the money we've raised and what we know that we can, give back to the kids and help them.
It's usually, you said, about 4 weeks.
Usually, it starts the 1st of January, and it'll probably be more like 8 weeks
8
total.
weeks?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I can only imagine as you start totaling this, especially that first year, you were just like, wow, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I must have counted this wrong and re-added it. That's what I would have been doing.
Yeah, it was. It was a shock, but our community, like I said, they're very
That's
supportive.
good.
Yes.
That's good. Do you just have people who call up and say, hey, I want to donate?
We do. We have a lot of businesses, and then our parents, most businesses that our parents work at become sponsors.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Oh, that's really good. Okay.
So I'm excited to see how we can do this year.
That'll
This
be
will be
good.
my first
That'll be
Panther
your
Walk.
first one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, good. Do you have goals? I would assume it's hard to make a goal because I don't know that I would want to put my goal that high because that's a really lofty
Yeah.
number.
We have every student has their goal, and then each homeroom teacher has a goal, and so the homeroom teacher promotes it, and when they get excited, the students get excited.
Right.
And then
So
of course
what's the
there has
goal?
to be a big finale there at the end of the Panther Walk. I think Mr. Paradise was pied in the face last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I've not ventured yet what mine will be, but
Do any of the teachers?
it will be great.
Do any of the teachers give okay, well if you do this, then I'll give you this reward in their own classrooms?
Yeah, we have some very competitive teachers.
Yes.
Well, see, I do a lot of candy. So if you do this, I'll give you a piece of candy. Or if you have this, you can have candy. Or I even go buy little snacks and keep in my drawer. Well, you can have, this bag of pretzels or whatever. So kids love food. It's a
One
good
of the things we
motivator.
did, I think the very first week, if you bring in your $50 the first week, you get pizza with the principal.
Oh, see,
And
that is a
so that
good
was
goal. That is good. Oh, well, I wish you the best of luck. What are you going to do with the funds this year? Do you have it already mapped out what you want to do with it? Or
We
is it
have
secret?
we have not
Okay.
mapped it out yet.
Okay.
Because we haven't set our goals yet.
Okay.
We want to
You
kind
know.
of introduce all that at one time.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you make 20.
I do too.
We do too.
All right. So you also have elective classes. So what
Yes.
are elective? I mean, I'm guessing they're just all the extra classes that aren't core curricular math.
Right.
English.
With our
Okay.
7th and 8th grade, there was a group of teachers 2 years ago that visited a school in Madison, Alabama that had done a modified block for 7th and 8th grade. And so we adopted their model, which gave our 7th and 8th graders an added block of time during the day to where we could add electives in. And it was a huge success. The electives that we currently offer, we have a health service class, which is the one that I teach, which we go over different careers. We've studied occupational therapy, physical therapy. We're doing pharmacy now.
Wow.
We have done first aid. All the students that I have so far, there are 30 of them, and they are all CPR certified. We have our forensics class, and actually the teacher has a degree in criminal justice.
Really?
So, yes, she's phenomenal with that class. They really enjoy forensics. Technology, our technology teacher is Google trained. She spent some time this summer, and so she does a lot of Google Classroom things with them. Art, they do everything from color theory to watercolor to sculpture. They had some really cool sculptures this time that they did of people, and some of them, they were placed all around the school, sitting in chairs. Some of them were like Spider-Man hanging from the ceiling. So very creative things coming out of our art class. Finance, we bought the day.
Finance.
Yes,
You guys got a lot of high school level classes in middle school.
yes. One of our math teachers, we bought the Dave Ramsey curriculum.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so she does that with them. They do everything from check balancing to budgeting.
That's what I do in my class. It's
Yes.
a lot of fun. My 8th graders do that.
Yes, I think it was eye-opening for some of the students when they were given a budget and, what kind of car are you going to
Mine
drive,
was
what kind of
definitely
house.
eye-opening when they were making the 725 or 7 whatever minimum was, and they were like, "I can't live on this. I can't have a car. What am I going to do?" And I'm like,
Figure it out.
Yeah.
"I don't know." But so they went and bought cars. I mean, bicycles.
Right.
So
Yeah, and then the last one is our robotics. And Mr. Williamson, who's going to be here in a few minutes, he's going to, kind of tell you a little bit more about that, yes.
Oh, that's really good. So do all the 7th and 8th grade go through it every day? Do they go to one of those? Do they go to all of them, or how does it work? Or do they rotate?
They have one a semester.
So-
So by the time they finish our school, they would have had 4. They'll have 2 their 7th grade year and 2 their 8th grade year.
Okay, which
So
are
of
the
this
8th
group.
grade classes?
They're mixed.
Okay.
Like one of my classes, I have some 7th and some 8th graders in it.
Okay, so do they stay together, the whole group? Like,
No,
that's
we
gotta
do
be a scheduling nightmare.
we do individual
That's
scheduling.
what I'm just thinking. How do you
But
do
our
that
counselor
scheduling?
handles it well.
Yes.
Wow.
She does
She-
a very good job at it.
We couldn't do it without her.
So, well, that's a lot. For those of you who don't know, that's a scheduling nightmare. So, all right. And then the last thing, I'm really excited to hear about your Google grant.
Yes, we got a Google grant it was a $25,000 grant to really expand a small program that we already had going with Vex Robotics. Mr. Williamson, again, will tell you about that. But what it basically did is for every 3 students in our school, there is a robot. So they can, and it is from everything from building it to programming it. So our science teachers, all 4 of our science teachers have been trained on it, and they're going to this year. We started it last year toward the end of the year when all the robots came in, and then this year we're just going to kind of make it even better. But our students, every student in our school will learn to build a robot and program it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk more about Mr. Williamson about that. That'll be exciting. So,
Yeah.
well, ladies, you guys have a lot. What kind of extracurricular clubs do you have? Do you have any?
We do. We have football. We
Okay.
have basketball.
Okay.
Our children that play baseball and softball go over to North Jackson, but they still have those 2 opportunities.
Okay.
We have cross country.
Wrestling?
We do not have wrestling.
Okay.
No.
Do you have anything like FBLA, or what about like HOSA, which is
The only one that we do beta. We do junior beta.
Okay.
And they're very active. We do Toys for Tots. We help with all the elementary fall festivals. Our students go over and volunteer there. We are hoping to maybe have a few students to attend the state convention this year.
Yes.
Our high school program is phenomenal. They go to nationals every year in beta, and so we're wanting to work more with them and get our students prepared more for that. So we're hoping to do that this year. We also have our band students. The instructor of the band
Yes.
instructor
Okay.
from the high school comes over to the middle school, and they can start band in 6th grade, and they
when
march
do they
in
take
7th.
that? Like in the day? I mean, is it every day, or is it just once a week? Or
He comes over to us 3 days a week and works
Okay.
with our 6th graders. Now, the 7th and 8th graders who march get on the bus in the afternoon and go over just like the football players would or cheerleaders
so
would.
it's just like a class.
And we have cheerleading as well. Yes,
Well, that's good. You guys got a lot going on.
we do.
That's really good.
Busy.
Yeah, those are some good programs. So, well, thanks for coming on, ladies.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
I
us.
really
having us.
appreciate it. It was really good. So when we come back, we're going to talk to the robotics teacher, and well, we have another special guest. She's got these really cool, like little things going around this piece of paper. I don't even know what they are. They look like little robots. But I walked in and she was moving them. I'm like, those are really moving on that paper. So we'll be right back.
Attention outdoor cooking fans. The Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District is a gold dealer of Big Green Egg products. The Big Green Egg is miles ahead of anything else. State-of-the-art ceramics, a wide range of easily adjusted cooking temperatures, a stainless steel cooking grid, and a permanent porcelain glaze to preserve that signature green color. It's a grill, it's an oven, it's even a smoker. The most versatile cooking device ever. Truly the ultimate cooking experience. The Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District is the largest supplier of Big Green Egg products between Memphis and Atlanta, carrying a complete line of products including rubs and sauces. Free 60-day layaway with 10% down, plus 90 days same as cash, and financing is available. See us today on Sand Mountain. Take I-59 south to the Hammondville exit, right on Highway 117 to 21620, Highway 117 in Eider, or call 256-687-9386 to learn about the Appliance and Outdoor Equipment Showroom at the Upper Sand Mountain Gas District.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, not fast food, good food fast.
This is Russ Scoop big gold train. I want an all-points bulletin on Comfort Gallery in Kimball. See, they must be up to something. Their trucks are all over. You just, that's very suspicious activity.
Ooh, I love it, I love it. Possum on a gun bush, Sheriff. Gary and all them just good old boys having a big sale, and they deliver free of charge.
Enos, you dipstick. There's no way they're delivering that much furniture. Their trucks are everywhere.
It's because of their great prices and service, Sheriff. They have cat-napper recliners for $269, new queen mattress sets $299, king-size mattress sets $399, memory foam pillows $19.99, queen-size chairs, sleigh beds $299, lift chairs and adjustable beds also on sale.
Enos, will you hush? I heard all that. I love it, I love it. Check out Comfort Gallery Mattress, and they're having a big sale. They offer free delivery and setup. 6 months same as cash. Ooh, free 1 year layaway and even a no credit check payment plan. I love it, I love it. They're open 7 days a week and accept most major credit cards. Ooh.
The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
All right, welcome back. This is This Week's in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and we're talking to Stevens Middle School in Alabama, and we're really excited because we just spoke to the principal and the assistant principal and learned all kinds of great programs they have. But now we have a really cool robotics thing going on here. This is really exciting. I'm really excited about those little things over there. I don't know what they are, but they're good. All right, so next to me I have Mr. Williamson. Welcome, Mr. Williamson. And then I also have Ms. McCoy. So let's talk about you guys for just a minute. Tell them about your background, how long you've been teaching, where you come from, I mean, whatever.
Well, I've been teaching in Jackson County for 8 years. I'm working on my 9th year now.
Okay.
And I actually started teaching at Paint Rock Valley High School, and then a few years ago transferred to Stevenson Middle School, which is actually where I started off as a substitute teacher in Jackson County.
Okay.
And
you teach English right now.
And I teach
Have you always
English
taught
now.
English?
When I started off at Paint Rock Valley High School, I was an English teacher, and I became certified in biology and middle school science while I taught there. And then the opportunity became available to teach at Stevenson Middle School, and I transferred there and became the middle school teacher for 7th and 8th grade science.
Okay. All right, good. And so, Ms. McCoy?
Okay, I taught for 36 years.
Wow.
I started teaching first grade, taught 12 years in 1 through 5, moved to the middle school, taught everything except history. Then I got into science and found my niche in science, so I spent the last part of my career. Went to UAH as a specialist for a science statewide program, worked with the state for 10 years training teachers, retired, took a year off, and then now I'm the site coordinator for the after-school program.
Just retirement's not for you? Every teacher I talk to who's retired is never retired. They always come back.
It was a part-time job that turned into a full-time job. But it's a good job.
Yeah, I know. Most of you love it. So, I mean, teaching is really a calling, so we're not here. I mean, most of us love it and don't want to really quit. It's not a regular job. So, all right, we'll welcome you too. All right, so you also do the after-school robotics program. So tell us about what the after-school robotics program is and entails and stuff.
At first, when the after-school robotics program started at Stevenson Middle School, we started with robotics called parallax units, and they're really good units for teaching students how to code and program and work with putting components together like on a breadboard. And then Ms. McCoy, when she took over the program for after school, she found out about VEX robotics and did some training and decided to show them to me, and then we ended up ordering kits of them to where the after-school kids have the opportunity to learn how to program with these, and these allow students to also use drag and drop programming, which is really user-friendly for young coders and older students too, on up to middle school and high school, to be able to quickly drag and drop and program and code a robot that they can have driving, actually in the same day if they manage to build the robot. And there's many different builds of VEX that you can find online. There's free blueprints that the VEX website actually provides, and that allows you to be able to build those different designs by following along with the blueprints.
Okay, and so you have an instruction book here. I mean, is that the blueprints in there?
Yes, and this instruction booklet actually contains the designs for 3 different robots. There's the base model, which is what we have today, and this is what the students can build fairly rapidly in a classroom setting. And then the next robot on there is the Clawbot IQ, which is the large version that you see here with a claw that can actually pick up and manipulate objectives, like for gameplay, or like if they're having a code and program for like maybe a theoretical realistic situation, like maybe your robot's representing a Mars rover and you're trying to, accomplish a task for NASA.
How many kids are in the after school program that you work with for this?
On average, we
35.
have
We have
35.
70 registered, but we have
Okay.
a lot of competition with band, sports in the middle school.
And
So
some
it
students
varies.
don't get to come every single day because of the other extracurricular activities that they're involved with.
Right. Okay. So it's just if you were in after school care, you get to be in this program.
Right.
Okay. All right. So it's not like I do FBLA and the kids stay after school, but just for me. So, but it's not like that. It's like anybody who's in the aftercare program. I don't think people understand how great the after school care program is. It just gives them so many opportunities that other kids don't get. So, all right. So these are specifically called VEX IQ robots?
Yes.
What is special about them?
Well, like I said before,
I mean, it's easy to build, you said.
it's almost like Legos in a sense, the way that they can be assembled.
It looks like Legos a little bit.
And the kits allow, like I said, for students to easily manipulate the parts, to follow along with the blueprint instructions.
Well, that looks like a Lego book.
If you look at the instructions here, you'll be able to see just some of the design aspects of how the students build the robot. And it's step by step, and it walks them through it such that they are able to, like I said, build this robot in maybe a class setting during the time period that they're working on it, if they follow along with the blueprint instructions.
So does that drive?
It is a drivable robot. Like right now.
Cody, can we get this so we can see it drive? See if it'll drive.
Okay. So right here on the table.
How long will it take the kids to build one of these?
This model of it, like I said, the students can build in roughly maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then the Clawbot IQ version takes a good maybe another 30 minutes to add the additional parts to make it a workable robot.
So not very long.
Not very long at all. And then they're able to plug up the controller and hook it into a computer and start coding and making the robot controllable with the controller, which is a lot like a PlayStation or video game controller.
Yeah,
which
that's
makes
what it looks like.
Real user friendly for them, because many kids have experience with a controller design like this.
So how much coding is there to it?
It just depends on how complex the code that the student wants to write, because there's different sensors that can be attached to the robot. There's color sensors, there's a touch sensor, there's a distance sensor, I believe there is an infrared sensor. And I believe there's more that VEX is still coming out with that can be attached to this robot to make it do more features.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Okay, and then you guys are going to do a program during the summer?
We have actually participated in a Zero Robotics competition, which is a drag and drop coding programming that is in conjunction with MIT and NASA. And
so tell us what drag and drop means.
All right, drag and drop means basically like the code is written in word blocks, and students are able to just click with their mouse and drag it right into the programming field to tell the robot what it is that they want it to do in the program line.
So they don't have to remember what the code is. It's already there.
They can read it and just drag it over, and they don't have to type like the motor will run for 30 seconds with a keyboard. All they have to do is drag and drop it, and then they hook in the USB cable to the side of the robot, hit run after they download it from the computer to the brain, hit run, and then the robot will run whatever code that they've programmed it to run.
That's pretty cool. How many different versions do you have? Like, there's this one that makes these, but do you have any versions, or are all of them the same?
All the VEX kits are the same in design like this, but like I said, you can go online and find different versions of blueprints to build. For instance, there's one that looks like a dinosaur, one that looks like an alligator. There's robots that are designed for different VEX challenges that people have competed in. You can see a lot of different competitions that people have done on YouTube with like a robot called a VEX Link, and it's designed to be kind of like a forklift to lift up objectives and move them in a game field.
Well, that's fun. We didn't have that when I was a kid, and we still don't have that in any of the schools I've been in, so I'd like to play with that. All right, so Ms. McCoy, you're the site coordinator for the 21st Century After School Program. So first, tell everybody what the 21st Century program is and how it works and what they need to do in case anybody wants to join it.
Okay, the 21st Century is a federal program. Your government, your tax dollars at work. It stands for Community 21st Century Community Learning Centers, and you apply for grants. They're 3-year grants. We're on our third grant. This is starting this year's our third grant. We get $125,000 a year.
Wow.
That includes salaries, computers, technology, our extra teachers, piano, guitar, all those things. But it's to assist low achieving, low income schools, and it's to provide. We're not a tutoring service. We do have 30 minutes of homework help, but we're not allowed to just do homework. We only allow 30 minutes. The children are given a snack every day. They have a 30-minute recreational period.
Okay.
They have 30 minutes of homework, and we run for 3 hours. And after that, we break our day into academic enrichment and just enrichment and stream science, technology, engineering, art, math, and music.
Okay.
So on Monday we have piano, and we're also doing vocals this week. We're doing some chorus this week.
So who do you have a teacher that comes in and does this? Or, I mean, because like if you ask me to do the aftercare program, you're not going to get me to sing.
I lost my piano teacher, and I'm trying right now, so it's a challenge. We're looking for a new piano teacher. But anyway, I'm subbing right now. But Tuesday we have art. Wednesday we have Spanish. Thursday we have robotics. Then we rotate children through station rotations. We'll have one day they may go to guitar. Then we may have an activity. We use a lot of literature-based stories.
Okay.
And they're science fiction because I was a science fiction nerd. So I take a science fiction story and we pull out any science, technology, engineering, art, math, anything we can pull. Like this summer, we couldn't find a good program, so I just wrote a story, and it was about a comet striking the Earth, and we had to go underground to create habitats all over the world, and we had 2 years to prepare. We had to live underground for 5 years. So the students literally built a 3D model, like an architectural model, of this underground cavern, which was a limestone cave in their area, and they had to decide what they would need in their habitat, and it led to just a huge undertaking because we learned what a comet was. We made dry ice comets with dirt and made tails with fans. We were going to use a submarine nuclear reactor to fuel ours, so we learned about nuclear fission.
Wow.
And we even modeled a reaction by putting mouse traps with ping pong balls in a huge tub and then throwing one in and watch the reaction. So we learned that they'd have to get rid of waste, so we programmed the robots to take the waste in the habitat and dispose of it. We used the Ozobots to load our fuel into our reactor vessel. And the children even decided, if you're going to live underground for 5 years, you need a beauty shop. People have to cut their hair. They decided they needed a chapel, a place for quiet. They made gyms. they had living facilities, of course, and then our field trips were around that. We went to a waste treatment center.
And this is all for the aftercare program?
This was our summer program.
Wow.
And so right now we're doing a story called The Lost Dog about people living in a dome, and this little boy leaves, and nobody's supposed to survive. And so we were learning about scanners. We're learning about virtual reality, and all this ties into the one science fiction story.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about what are these things? Okay, you guys got to see these. Cody, we need you to...
These are called Ozobots, and this is another little robot that we use because it can go from so many levels. And what you do is you code with markers. You have colored markers, and there's sheets that tell you if you do red, blue, green, the robot's going to do one thing. If you do another code, it's going to do something else.
So like go left or go right or go straight or whatever?
The colors. And so this is one that's already done, but you can see the robot reads the colors on this, and the children are given a blank form, and they have to program it to get through a maze. Now, the really cool thing about this is there's an app on iPads, and you can drop it. Going back to the drop and drag program, you can take these, do a drop and drag program on the app, then you put your robot against the iPad, it downloads into this, and then it will do whatever you've programmed. It has a really good dance routine, it does.
That's pretty, so how does it know like when to turn? Like, is there a color? I see colors on there.
The color codes here tell it what to do.
And they have based on what they programmed it.
And they have a code sheet. Now, this would work for even pre-kindergarten, but we can, with the iPads, we can take it up a notch. We can make with the drop and drag programs, but this was so good for all ages. And a kit, we get all these for about $1,000. And so we're also looking at one other robot that we've introduced, the Creative Discovery Museum introduced us to, so I'll be purchasing those. Because in our budget, we have a budget breakdown that I have to spend so much on technology, so I'm going to get another robot that's just a little different. But they're all pretty much drop and drag programs.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But our new program has some really interesting things, too. In the new grant, we're going to do aquaponics and hydroponics. We're partnering with Auburn University Fisheries. And this summer we had an IBC tote, which is just a big farmer's tub, and we had tilapia growing in the bottom. We flipped the top over, and we had kale, basil, we had cucumbers, and in this one little small tote, we raised all this food. And so we've got, with the new grant, we'll get a greenhouse. We're going to go with some aquaponics because it's hard. The tilapia require a lot of chemistry balance, and the plants grow really well. And we hope to take the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the kale, and feed some of our senior citizens in the community because we also are required to do service learning.
Okay, tell us about that in a minute. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Folks, don't miss the annual Christmas concert at Rising Fawn Baptist Church. Mark your calendars for Sunday, December 3rd and Sunday, December 10th at 7 o'clock each night. Pastor Tommy Kreider and the congregation of Rising Fawn Baptist Church wish to celebrate with you the birth of Jesus Christ at the annual Christmas concert at Rising Fawn Baptist Church. Sunday, December 3rd and Sunday, December 10th, 7 o'clock each evening. Rising Fawn Baptist Church is at 4411 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn.
The Dade County school system continues to put the safety of students first. That's why the Love the Bus Elementary campaign rolls on. Love the Bus is designed to teach students the importance of safety, respect, and proper bus etiquette. As we continue to enhance efforts of safety for our students, we'd like to have you as part of our team. If you're considering a career as a bus driver, call the Dade County Schools Transportation Department at 706-657-7053 today. Part-time hours with full-time benefits as a bus driver for the Dade County school system.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net. When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710. Delivering top-quality primary health care locally. We are Northeast Alabama Health Services. With 7 locations, there's one near you. Scottsboro, Section, North Sand Mountain and Higdon, Skyline, Woodville, Fife, and Fort Payne. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and of course your private insurance. If you're unemployed, low income, or have a high copay or deductible, you may also qualify for a reduced rate office visit as low as $16. Ask about our free medication program, and ladies, you may qualify for a free or reduced rate mammogram. Dental referrals for our patients with tooth removal and fillings for only $15. Putting your health concerns first, we're Northeast Alabama Health Services. Cervical cancer screenings now available at Northeast Alabama Health Services.
All right, welcome back to this week's in Jackson County Schools in Pamela Stone, and we have been learning some really cool robotic stuff and fishing hatcheries, and I'm just thinking, wow, this is a lot for middle school. Super exciting stuff. So we were talking to Miss McCoy, and this is Mr. Williamson, and you were telling us about your fishing hatcheries, and you're trying to grow the plants, and then using the plants, and then using the fish. You're going to have fish tacos using the fish, and it's like a holistic,
Yes.
cycle of life, really, which is great because that's what life really is about. So what else do you? What are you going to do this year with it?
Okay, with the new grant, we will build a greenhouse, and we will produce. We'll make produce that hopefully will feed as our service learning project. One of them will be to help to provide food for our elderly. But also we will, as a bigger picture, we're going to participate in something called Globe. Globe is a international database where students take real science and they download it to a website where real scientists study, like we do land, water, air, all these environmental things, and then they will literally go into the computer and put their data. They'll go and record data, and that will go to scientists. We will also do like ground truthing, because when they look at us through satellites, they can't see the ground, so we're going to tell them what's under the trees, soil temperatures, things like that. And this is an ongoing thing, and we had done it years ago, but it will tie all this together. The whole idea is to pull everything into that science, technology, engineering, math, and our math we try to make as relevant to real life as possible.
Well, and all of this probably requires a lot of real math and how much it costs to purchase, fertilizer and the plants, or the feed for the fish. That's, of course, I'm a business teacher, so I think of all of those and then put them on a spreadsheet. When I'm thinking all business stuff, but that's really cool.
Well, even with the comet, figuring trajectory, angle. We're doing something now called talking about virtual reality. It's called a Pepper's Ghost, and it's an old way of making an image appear where it's not. And we had to teach a lot of math angles, because they have to put their plexiglass in their box at a certain angle so that they get their image projected at the right point. Wow. And so the math we try to make fun and relevant.
So do most of the kids, because we had this 21st century program, but some would only be there 30 minutes, some would only be there an hour. So, I would think that causes kind of a problem when you're actually doing a real lesson.
It's very difficult because parents are picking them up at different times. So that's why we always do homework first and get that out of the way, because that's what parents want. But it is hard because, especially when we're using the literature-based stories to build the curriculum, because children say, well, I didn't read that part. So it is a challenge every day, but we just deal with it the best way we can.
Well, so parents, if they can leave your kids there, try to leave your kid there, because, it is just really extended learning to the classroom, and it gives them an opportunity to eat a snack. Plus, the parents can have a little bit of parent time, Mm-hmm. I always liked it when I had young kids at home. So you guys are doing so much. Which ones are more expensive, those things or these things?
Those are, but these are reasonable.
because at the breakdown for these, you can put 3 students on average to work well in a group to build one of these, and these kits are $299.
Okay. And how many students can use those?
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 21 for a little over 1,000.
So.
And they have a website that we can get info. They have activities that they come up with, but then we create our own activities too, like in the summer when we used them to load the reactor vessel.
Do you plug those, and do they have a plug like into the computer?
It's the cool. It looks like a little spider.
Okay, I was just curious.
It's more fun. It's almost fun to watch.
I might have liked science when I was a kid if we had all this stuff.
Anyway, each one of those
certainly makes it a
plugs
lot
in here,
better.
and they just blink and blink until they get charged, and then they. So it's like a little octopus. So just charging's fun to me. I like
Yeah, that's cool too.
But they come with the chargers. They come with the Ozobots. And so far, we have not had one that's not working.
Really? How long have you had them?
Over a year.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So,
especially, I'm guessing I can see my middle school is dropping them. Oh,
Yeah.
I dropped them.
They have little helmets on.
So they're protected.
Yeah, but they're really neat, and they're compact. That's what's nice. And you just give them paper and markers, and they can create. Oh, one thing we did for Halloween is they created we took boxes, and they had to make build a maze, and then program the robot through the maze.
So they don't have to use these nice little
No.
printouts. They could just. So what do? They draw the green, and it says go straight, and then they
Yeah.
draw a red, and it says go this way, or the blue, and.
In their maze, they would have a dead end, and they literally had to turn around and make it come back out.
So how would you turn around on there?
Well, there's a code for that.
Okay.
360-degree turn.
Wow.
So I mean, and that was fun. It took some time, and they had to learn to build the maze and design the maze and decorate the maze.
Well, I don't blame you for not retiring. This is a lot of fun. So, I mean, I kid you not. Science was okay, but this is fun.
Alabama has the Alabama Math Science Technology Initiative, so everything's hands-on in Alabama in science.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so that's where a lot of this we've branched off.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on today.
Well, thank you for having us.
I wish you the best of luck. That really is cool. I would play with it. All right. Well, we've had a really good day talking to Stephen Middle School. They've got a lot of really good things going on. If you have any questions about anything you heard, you can call the principal or the assistant principal or probably anybody who would answer the questions at school. We really appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week.